What's up, idlers? Welcome back to Melvor Idle Hardcore. We are on episode 13. And in the last episode, I was trying to get the third gear slot, which you can see I now have. It came in not long after I put the video out. I was hoping it'd get out in time for the video, but it didn't make it. So I now have that. So this is great. So I can actually go between magic, ranged, and melee on the fly. I don't have to worry about, so like I left my magic gear set up and then I would take the ranged and piece it out for melee or ranged, depending on what I was doing. So now I can just let it roll. The only thing I have to keep a track of is which ring or amulet I have on. Most of the time I'm doing amulets of looting, but you know, if I'm fighting a dungeon or something, I'll switch them out, you know, amulet of strength or might, whatever it is, and then the ranged one. But right now, I think I've been farming some stuff. So I've been trying to piece together how the whole premise of this point forward is going to be getting into the volcano and fighting in that, which is this dungeon here. One thing that you can do is I was able to farm the black dragon hide, so I've got that stuff. The thing is, the dragon plate body and plate legs, those only come from this dungeon, unless you craft them, or unless you smith them. If I'm going to farm this thing, I would rather farm for the ancient stuff and not the dragon portion of it. The sad thing is, this is the only place you can get the dragon stuff, so there's no other dungeons. This is like dragon ancient stuff here. I ended up getting all this frozen stuff. This stuff sucked. I ended up getting rid of it. It's not that great. I think I might be still using the ice longbow. It's kind of the best thing I've got right now. I haven't made a better one. But besides that, all these dungeons that are locked have good gear in them. But besides the volcano cave, I don't really have any options. Let's see, the Highlands, there's a weapon here that I can get, which is good. I'm gonna have to farm this. It's this dragon claw, unless I can get the rapier, the sunset rapier from here. Ancient sword I think is going to be a little bit much of an ask, but this sunset rapier was, I don't want to say too difficult to get, but it's going to be a lot of farming of this thing, and really that one of these two swords would be all I'm looking for. So there's not really much here for melee left besides the deep sea ship. There's range stuff here with the Dragon's Den. I did try the Dragon's Den earlier, and it is the dragon at the end is still too strong. I can't beat it, so I backed out. It does like 600 and some damage, and my auto eat's only 352. So I'm gonna have to get a lot of damage reduction in here and sort that out. I beat all this with the melee character on my standard account, so that's why I'm kind of leaning that direction. So this is a piecemeal, really shitty set of, you know, I've still got the Mile-like plate legs, the rune boots, the rune shield. I finally put an adamant helmet on, and I've done some smithing and got up to the adamant gloves, so I at least have some gloves. I haven't had gloves for a while. So, you know, in looking at the rest of this stuff, let's see here. This, I don't think there's a crossbow head. I did get that Slayer crossbow head. I also need to be able to get up to, I think it's fletching. I think fletching needs to be up into 95 for the dragon crossbow. So I can get that. I have the head for this, which is here. But I don't have the dragon crossbow, and I'm going to need to get to level 95 on fletching to get that. So I've got a ways to go. So I'm not necessarily concerned with that yet. It'll be nice to get this. It's nice to have this piece already just sitting in the bank, but getting to that other point is going to be difficult. But anyway, we were looking at these things here. These guys I don't really have. Now, there's stuff here. Like there's this dark steel dagger. I don't know if it's any good or not. There's an elder crown. I've not fought any of these. I have actually not been into the Shrouded Badlands, Perilous Peaks, or Dark Waters yet on my standard account. I'm just not high enough Slayer level to get these. I know there's like some rings and helmets and stuff you can get in here, but there's not like, maybe the Sanguine Blade might be kind of cool. I don't know. But it's going to be tough to get through these things. And there's really no actual gear in here. There's some rings and shields and stuff. But like, as far as plate and, chest piece, leg piece, stuff like that. So where I'm driving with this is basically that I have one choice for my melee character, and that is to smith everything. So I set out earlier today and I started doing some smithing. I'm working up the bars. I still don't have dragon bars. Dragon gear is going to be a lot. Level 99. So I'm basically going to have to finish this to get the dragon plate. It is all the way at the bottom. The chest piece is all the way at 99. Actually, the plate legs too. So, and the dragon crossbow head is all the way down at 98, which I'm going to need for the fletching part. So we got a long haul to get this done. So I've started working on this. I definitely want to get this rune gear because, I need a helmet, a chest piece, probably this leg piece will probably be better, and a hand piece. So I at least need to get this all rune. Fortunately, I have a dragon sword, so that's at least one piece that I don't have to create. But we're going to really have to work on mining and smithing. And speaking of that, I got the dragon pickaxe. I finally hit level 80, and then it dawned on, I saw the thing I could purchase, and I thought, sweet. So I ended up grabbing the dragon pickaxe, so that's ready to go. I ran out of coal, so I'm mining coal right now. And because I'm looking at using a crossbow eventually, you have to use gem-tipped bolts, from what I understand. I did get some ancient arrows. I think these are just arrows, though. I don't think they're bolts. I'm not sure if there's like bolts you get from the dungeon or not. I don't think these go with the crossbow, and I don't have one to test, so I'm pretty sure these are just arrows. I mean, that's what it says, but I'm not entirely sure. But if I want to use a crossbow, I'm going to have to get into fletching these bolts. And that's why I started the gem stuff, because then I could start making, whatever I have. I don't really know of anything else aside from maybe herblore, might use some gems. But I've started getting a stash of gems going. So we're going to craft up these. I'm going to save these diamonds because I know there's some herblore potions we can use diamonds for. And I think there's something else we can do with diamonds. So, that's kind of where I'm going to be headed for the next week or so, I think. I was going to keep pushing on agility and getting that up to 99. But at this point, I think I want the gear because the agility is going to be great. And I definitely want to hit that. I'm very close to 95. But I need this to be at 99 to be completely done. And I think right now I'm going to want the gear to be able to do stuff more than I want the agility, I think. This game is kind of interesting. You can only do one thing at a time, and there's like 50 roads in front of you, and you got to pick a lane. There's no wrong answer. You just got to pick one and drive on it, and then change lanes every once in a while. It's kind of interesting because, like I said, there's no wrong answer. The cool thing is I have a ton of money because of the agility, so I can keep fueling up the gem gloves and the smithing gloves if I need to. Actually, do I have my mining? No, I don't have my mining gloves on. Actually, you know what? I should do the mining gloves right here, now that I think about it. Because we're going to need a shit ton of coal. Pretty much everything from this point forward uses a lot of coal. So if you go into Runite, for every one of these, you're going to need 8 coal. There's ways of having the coal requirements, which I think once you hit 99 smithing, the cape has the coal requirement, but that's a long way to go. So we're going to be mining quite a bit. Let's see what else we got here. I did have to stop and make some runes. I was out, man. I had no air runes. My water runes were out. And my smoke runes ran out, so I had to recoup those. And this is still the second pile of runes that I've got. I mean, these runes last a long time. I've been killing a lot of stuff with it. The other thing I did, we got some farming done. Speaking of farming. Let's get these planted. I have all of, well, I have all of this at 99. So all the ones with the green bars, 99s are done. I don't have to worry about them anymore. I've got these left to do. So I've been putting points in where I can or growing what I need to and then filling in with the extra XP. To that end, I also came in and cleaned out a bunch of my seeds. So all I left behind, actually I can get rid of the sweet corn. Let's ditch that. I kept my carrots because that's what I'm using for food. I have 32,000, which I'm racking up more and more carrots. I'm going to use the corn and strawberries first and then hit the carrots up later as let these pile up. But for now, this more than help, I have more than enough, 50 some thousand, and they do more than enough healing that I'm fine. I'm not worried about that right yet. But I did clear out everything else, and you'll notice I have a lot of inventory space now. I sold a bunch of stuff off. Getting this gear slot freed up a ton of room, and I don't have to keep a ton of things on hand anymore. So I don't have to switch between things with the extra gear slot. I can just put it on and use it. So it's been really handy. I also took the time to pick up these 3 parts for the Slayer. So I can now go to the Highlands, the Desolate Plains, and the Arid Plains. So I can go to these 3 places now. And I've done a little bit of farming on there. I think I got some horns and stuff from these guys. And I need to start farming this place. And then the Arid place, I'm not sure there was anything worth getting here necessarily. Maybe some of the desert stuff. You can get some javelins off that guy. Probably not a big deal. The desert saber might be kind of cool. I've not gotten that yet. The short bow, I might try for that thing just to see if it's any good. And then I've not really messed with, I don't have the sandstorm ring on my other account. I haven't ground for it, but I have the ability to get into those areas. And let's see. Mage wise, I did something. I finally hit level 78 and I was able to upgrade to Fire Expert gear. So that's done. Let's see what else we have here. I talked about the dragon pickaxe. One thing I do have, I've been using, I guess I should show it over here. I have been using iron arrows, and I think it's long past time to upgrade to something better. So we're going to upgrade to adamant arrows. That's what I can do now. And I'm only at level 62. It's going to take till 75 before I can get the rune. So I got a whole pile of these things building up in here. And in fact, I was crafting more, but I ran out of coal. So we got coal here, and I still have a few thousand adamant here. So I'm going to continue to get those. I can get rid of these things. Actually, probably should save them. I'm going to need arrow shafts here in a little bit, but so I'm going to upgrade to adamant arrows. They do more damage. It's better, more power. So I'm definitely going to do that. And then I need to take my fletching all the way up to, like I said earlier, 95, so we can make this crossbow. Maybe get one of these other bows in here. I definitely want to get a better bow because this ice bow's okay. But that's kind of it. That's kind of my game plan for the near future, is to get mining and smithing and work on fletching. I really want to do the dragon gear and get it all the way upgraded. I think that's going to help me out a lot. And that may be what I spend the next few days doing, is just letting this thing roll and just get as high as possible, and get as much coal, get as much adamantite, and maybe even runite once I hit that point, just so I can keep going with better gear. I want to get the rune gear at least for the melee and then work up from there. But that's kind of the plan. We're still pushing to the volcano. And that's how we're going to get there, is having all of these disciplines, the mage, the ranged, and the melee. We're going to have all those 3 in place. I want to have all of them as high as possible. and as geared as possible because I want to see which one is going to take the volcano the best. And I may need to switch in there because I want to say certain ones are ranged, certain ones are melee, and certain ones might be magic. I just powered through it with my standard character, but this guy is going to probably need to take on the one that it's meant for. We'll see. So that's the game plan. We're working on mining and smithing for the near future, and that's it for this episode. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.